I love people who really are comfortable exploring this ultimate question of why, right? So, why is a question that is just, it's the easiest question to ask, but it's the hardest question to answer, right?
Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, truly has one of those eccentric and wild lifestyles. He eats only one meal a day, has had to defend his company in front of the US Congress, and faced multiple ousting attempts. In this video, we're going to give you a look inside the $15 billion lifestyle of Jack Dorsey. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin.
I started with 140 characters so that we could fit in one text message, which is what the whole service was based on.
From battling armies upon armies of bots, to quashing any rumors about sending his beard hair to rapper Azealia Banks, Jack has always lived a weird and luxurious life. Dorsey has had a turbulent career in Silicon Valley, to say the least. As mentioned before, he co-founded Twitter in 2006. But what's funny is that he was actually booted out of the company he created in just 2 years. He did make a triumphant return in 2015, though, having had to set up a second company, Square. He co-founded Square with Jim McKelvey in 2009 and took it public in 2015. Since those days, Jack has led the company through the tech backlash that has engulfed all social media companies. He has also had to hence testify before Congress multiple times. Dorsey had to appear before a congressional hearing on Section 230. This part of US law deals with internet companies and the extent to which they are able to moderate their own platforms. The law is also supposed to protect them for legal liability for content posted by users. Dorsey himself has been the center of controversy and a lot of criticism. He's been preaching the virtues of fasting and ice-cold baths as a part of a daily routine for ages now. His way of living is not entirely modeled after the Spartans, however. Like other famous billionaires, he has his fair share of stunning mansions, supermodel girlfriends, and fast cars. Jack Dorsey got his first taste of programming and coding during his days as a high schooler at Bishop DuBourg High School in St. Louis. He was a very bright kid right from the get-go, and actually wrote a dispatch software that's still used by some taxi companies to this day. The kicker? He was just 15 years old when he made the software. His youth was a fun time, and he was usually spotted checking out specialty electronics stores or running a gigantic fantasy football league for all of his friends. He also had a penchant for music and regularly attended punk rock concerts. There are even pictures of him in his mohawk and spikes. The funny thing is that he never actually graduated from college. He briefly did attend the Missouri University of Science and Technology, and even transferred to New York University for a little while. But it was not working out, and he called it quits very soon. In 2000, Jack was able to build a simple prototype that let him update his friends on things happening in his life via BlackBerry and email messages. This was the basic prototype for what Twitter would eventually become. Nobody else seemed to be interested in his little idea, so he put it on the back shelf for a bit. He got a job at a podcasting company called Odeo. The job might have been all that, but it was where Jack struck gold. It was here that he met his future Twitter co-founders. Odeo soon went out of business in 2006, so Dorsey returned to his old messaging prototype. Soon after, Twitter was born. Jack was 30 years old in 2007 when he bought the Twitter domain name for around $7,000. He even went and got his nose ring removed in order to look more professional as a CEO. With his newfound wealth, Jack bought himself a BMW 3 Series, but he apparently does not drive it around all that often. Once, while making a guest appearance on a podcast run by a health guru, Dorsey revealed that he only eats one meal a day. He went on to say that he fasts all weekend long as well. He said that the very first time he fasted, it made him feel like he was hallucinating. Although he was criticized for normalizing eating disorders, he swears by his methods. He went on to say that it became very apparent to him just how much time humans waste thinking and consuming food. He loves his fashion as well and really wanted to be a fashion designer. Dorsey is regularly spotted donning leather jackets and tailored sleek slim suits by Prada and Hermes, as well as wearing Dyer Home reverse collar dress shirts, a sort of stylish take on popped collars. More recently, he has developed an edgier fashion sense, which includes classic black turtlenecks. He also went on to a Tales of the Crypt podcast, and told the world that he had started using ice baths and saunas in the evenings in 2016. He explained that he would alternatively sit in his barrel sauna for 15 or so minutes and then switch immediately to an ice bath for the next 3 minutes. He apparently repeats this routine 3 times before finally finishing it all off with a 1-minute ice-cold bath. If this insanity was not enough, he also likes to take an icy dip in the mornings in order to wake himself up. Dorsey also had a lot of interest in his dating life. In 2018, he was dating Sports Illustrated supermodel Raven Lynn Corneal. This news was reported by Page 6 in September that the pair were spotted together at the New York Fashion Week. The specific event was the Harper's Bazaar Icons Party. He has also dated actress Lily Cole and professional ballet dancer Sylvain Sylvie. Jack Dorsey has revealed that he is a huge fan of cryptocurrency and believes in its virtues. He particularly loves Bitcoin, which he has described as a very resilient and principled cryptocurrency. He even revealed that he was maxing out the $10,000 weekly spending limit on Cash App buying up Bitcoin. Jack has also said that he is a huge admirer of the African continent. He announced that he would move to Africa for at least 3 months in 2020. He soon revealed a travel plan, a tour of Ethiopia, Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa. He believes that Africa will definitely define the future, and he would love to be a part of that. Jack splashed $22 million on his San Francisco mansion. The compound contains upwards of 7,300 square feet and has 7 bedrooms on 1.2 acres of beautiful land. Jack already had a $10 million mansion in the neighborhood, but chose to buy out his neighbor's house for $22 million. So in total, he has spent $32 million on his expanded Seacliff estate. He also has a house in LA, which is a $4.2 million contemporary space high up in the Hollywood Hills. That house is currently occupied by his long-distance girlfriend, Raven Lynn Corneal. Jack has also pledged to give away $1 billion of his own Square equity into a new charity fund that would help global relief efforts amid the coronavirus pandemic. That is roughly 28% of his total wealth and should be seen as a very generous move. The fund is dubbed Start Small LLC and will focus on fighting against the virus. All transactions on behalf of the fund will be publicly shown in a spreadsheet. So to sum it up, Jack has an interesting life indeed. He's not your typical billionaire, spending his money without thought. He leads an eccentric and highly strung lifestyle and enjoys the pleasures of life as well. That's a wrap for our video on a look inside the $15 billion lifestyle of Jack Dorsey. Did his crazy way of living surprise you? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for videos like this. See you in the next one.